Today, we're going to talk about how to recover from a bad worship set. Let's go. What's going on, fam? My name is Michael, and I help worship leaders specifically from small to medium-sized churches grow spiritually and practically so that they can lead worship more effectively. And today, we're going to talk about how do you recover from a bad worship set. But before we get started, I want to give you something. It's called my Worship Leader Toolkit. Inside of this toolkit, it has a plethora of guides to help you lead worship with confidence, lead worship with effectiveness, how to pick the right songs from your church, how to create a worship set. It has everything from A to Z, how to lead a rehearsal. It has everything inside of it that you will need to be successful as a worship leader. I want you to grab it right now at michaelegould.com/toolkit. Get it, and I promise you, it's going to help you grow exponentially. Now, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I see so many of you who are enjoying our videos, and I'm grateful that you're here, but I want you to become a part of the fam. So hit that subscribe button so you can get notified when we drop a new one. Now, let's get into today's topic, and this is something that we've all gone through: how to recover from what we call a bad worship set. And a bad worship set, man, when you feel like everything that could go wrong has went wrong. Maybe y'all started on the wrong key, or maybe you forgot the words. Maybe the keyboard stand fell over during the worship set. Maybe the drummer was playing on the wrong time signature. Like, all of these things are key contributors to what we call bad worship sets. But I want to encourage you, before I give you these tips, is that sometimes what we call bad worship sets are actually authentic moments. And God can use those authentic moments to bring someone to Him, to bring someone into having a covenant relationship with Jesus Christ. So sometimes we say, man, this Sunday was terrible. But what we should really focus on is not necessarily what we did wrong, but we should focus on what was Christ doing to help someone to have a relationship with Him. Look, if you're looking for a mentor, if you're looking for a coach, if you're looking for someone to help you, I want you to join my Effective Worship Leader Academy. This academy is a vibrant community of worship leaders and worship pastors who are looking to grow, who are looking to excel, who are looking to be poured into when it comes to worship ministry. All you have to do is go to my website at michaelegould.com/academy to join us in this vibrant community of worship leaders who are looking to go to the next level. But here we go. Let's recover from a bad worship set. The first thing I'm going to tell you to do is remain calm. Sometimes it feels like this was the worst day of your life, but think, is this really the worst day? Is this really something that's really that dramatic? Is it really that bad? 9 times out of 10, it's probably not as bad as it could have been. So remain calm, take a deep breath and say, hey, I did all that I could do. My team did the best that they can do. And what we want to focus on is, was God glorified even in the midst of our mistakes? So you want to remain calm, take a couple deep breaths and let it go. One of the things I love about basketball players, and I'm a very big basketball player, when you hear them lose a game, they say, it's just a game and I have to move on to the next one. And that's the mentality that you should kind of take. Hey, this is a bad worship set, but it's okay. We've got another one coming up, and move to the next week. Number 2, we do need to acknowledge some of the mistakes that we made. Not acknowledging in the way where we're trying to beat our team down or beat ourselves down, but we do need to acknowledge, hey guys, here's where we kind of messed up and what we can do better next time. What that helps us to do is that helps us to learn from our mistakes, because now we can make these little tweaks, these little corrections to make sure that we don't have that problem next time. So we need to acknowledge and learn. So we're not acknowledging to bash, but we're acknowledging to learn. All right, number three. Number three really has to do with if you are noticing that you're having a bad worship set while you're still leading your worship set. And sometimes, like out of the gate, the first song, the second song, you can say, oh man, this is crashing and burning. But what I want to remind you to do in those moments where you feel like you're crashing and burning right there on stage is to worship. You know, one of the things that can shift the trajectory of any worship set, of any worship moment, is when you begin to worship. So if you can see that we are going downhill, we are crashing and burning, I'm going to tell you to stop, drop, and worship. Stop trying to continue on with the worship set. Stop trying to continue on to plow through it. Drop the formalities and just worship. Just begin to give God glory. Just begin to give him adoration. Just begin to lift up the name of Jesus. Because when you begin to worship, that's going to change the mentality of everyone in the room to say, despite what's happening, God is still good. God is still amazing. And I still have my worship. And I promise you, when you stop, drop, and worship, it's going to change the whole climate of the room. I really hope that those tips helped you to recover from a bad worship set. Don't forget to get that toolkit, the Worship Leader Toolkit. Again, it has a whole bunch of resources that's going to help you to lead worship with effectiveness. michaelegould.com/toolkit. And let's say you're saying, Mike, I need some training. I need some motivation. I need some mentorship to join our Effective Worship Leader Academy. We offer mentorship, community, and resources to help you grow. michaelegould.com/academy. And don't forget to subscribe and like. And I know I'm giving you a lot of instructions, but I want you to grow as a worship leader. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you where? In the next one. Peace.